Hey, welcome back, knife nerds and everyday carry people. It's your boy, the Big Canucker here. A little bit of the madness is all over and done with. For those of you who are familiar with my channel, you know that my little girl was getting married on the weekend, so she's been a little bit crazy, hectic around here. Haven't been able to shoot a lot of videos lately, but hopefully we've got that rectified. I gave her away on the weekend, and yeah, she was a wonderful, wonderful time. My new son-in-law seems to be like he's a great guy, and I appreciate him. We're not all that lucky to have good son-in-laws, but he's been a good kid. He's had the same job since he's been 16 years old, and my wife and I and my daughter, we can all kick his ass. So it's good for him. Now, all right, so let's have a look here. If you are at all familiar with Spyderco and a knife collector, and you see a Spyderco K2 and some Sharpie, you know that we're going to be talking about some lock stick. This knife here, I've had this for probably about 3 years, and in that time, it's been a fantastic knife. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love the way that it's shaped. It's got CPM 10V steel on it. It cuts like a demon. It's a great big hunk of steel and titanium, so it fits, my big hands really, really well. It's a great camp knife, but in that time, I have not been able to get a hold of anything that will stop this thing from giving me lock stick, which is sometimes intolerable levels. It absolutely drives me crazy. I would love to be carrying this knife so much more. I mean, it's a big knife. It's probably not like a complete EDC like we've got here. Here's what I'm carrying today, which is my Spyderco Smock. Really fidget factory, but you know what? I'd love to carry this K2 a whole bunch more, but it drives me crazy, the lock stick on it. So what I thought I would do is I have tried a whole bunch of stuff here, you can see, and just to try to alleviate some of the lock stick. So I'm gonna pop it open, we'll have a look at it, we will clean up the lock face and the steel face, and we'll try some Sharpie, and we're also gonna try some dry graphite spray, and we'll spray the two of them, and we'll see if we can get that to set up, and we'll see if that works long term. Now, Nick Shabazz, talked about the Sharpie trick, and there's also another product that he tried. Said he swore by it. I've just had no luck with it. I actually went and got it. Now, for any of you who are not familiar with what lock stick is, you've got two separate types of material mating, and they're galling. So you've got a hardened steel face, and you've got a titanium face. Now, titanium is normally a softer metal than your steel that it's mating with, and so when they actually hit together, a tiny piece of titanium, as far as I understand, it softens, and it almost like it galls a little bit, and it kind of locks into place there, and then when you got it, really puts the pressure on to snap it free. That seems to be it. So a lot of times what people will do, what makers will do, and they haven't done it this time, is they'll actually take that end of titanium completely off here, and they'll put a hardened steel insert in there. So you've got hardened steel meeting hardened steel, no more lock stick. The other thing they'll do is they'll carbonize the titanium face, and basically carbonizing is basically hardening the lock interface there, so you don't have that softer metal hitting the harder metal. So that's what the carbonizing will do, and let's see if we can get this cured. So we're going to pop this open here right now, and let's just have a quick look here. I do believe this is, yeah, it's 8 Torx to open this up. Now I'm going to try to open this up and clean this without having to take apart my lanyard, because it's a pain in the butt. And any of you eagle-eyed viewers out there will see that this is a tip-up carry. I actually had a company called East End Iron out in Tabor. My friend Spencer, he's actually a machinist there. He milled out that little pocket and he tapped it, and it allows me to use this knife as a tip-up carry. I hate tip-down carry. That was the big knock I had on this knife, was the tip-down. All right. So seems like it's a really, really easy thing here to pop this open, which is just all you're basically dealing with is you're dealing with two T8 screws. There we go. Now we've got one on the other side here, so I guess I don't know if you can call it three. 1, 2, 3. So these are your pivot screws right here. And then you've got, now let's just see what horse show is in here now. All right, yeah, you've got a kind of a little bit of a pressed in tube here too as well. And let's just see if we can open that up. Oh, darn it. Oh, she's almost done there. There, as you can see, there is all sorts of junk in there. And I can tell you, I hate the lock stick, and you can see how much stuff I sprayed in there. I sprayed a copper spray. I've got, you wouldn't believe it what I have in there. Okay, so what we're going to use here is, now I work for a company called Worth Canada, and we sell shop supplies. And what I have here is some universal cleaning wipes with a scrubber, and they've got a scrubber kind of built in them, and they've got a degreaser built right in them too as well. So we're gonna tidy this all up. We're gonna try some gorgeous lock spray, and we're gonna see if we can get this to not drive me crazy and lock stick. Yes, you can see I have sprayed so much stuff on here. So much stuff. It's unbelievable. Just trying to get this thing to stop having a lock stick. And I am going to have to probably run this under some water, because this is a citrus base degreaser on here, and this particular 10V steel is very, very susceptible to acids. As you can see, I did a force patina on here using some mustard, and I really, really love the way it's turned out. So, all right, I'm just gonna put you on hold here, and I'm gonna grab myself a couple of little, actually, you know what, give me a second here. Let's see if we can track this stuff down. There we go, right there. There we go. Here's my little ting right here. And I know lots of times people will, there we go, that popped it open. Lots of times people will use a plastic tool to pop it apart, and that's exactly what I've got right here. And you can see how much stuff that I have thrown in here to try to get this thing to not stick, and to no avail. Actually, the last one I just had here a few seconds ago, and I tried opening it and closing it without the lock stick, and it did actually open and close without me having to use two hands. Like you would not believe. Two hands. Yikes. Yeah, this white stuff that's on here, I do believe that's the chemical that, and I wish I could remember what it is. I think it's an I don't know. Nick Shabazz has got a video, and it's an anti-oxidization agent. It's what he said would work really well trying to stop this from the lock stick. And I tried it, and it just didn't seem to work too well for me. So, there, looks like, and there looks like there's some residue left behind. So, hey, these wipes are cleaning that up really, really well. Give me 1 second there, folks. I have got a tiny bit of water here, just because I want to make sure that I don't, that the face here where your washers go, I don't want to have that with a patina on it. I want that as smooth and shiny as possible, because that just makes your knife extremely smooth and shiny. And it looks like we are not being able to get that chemical off there. looks like she's on there quite good. So you're gonna have to give me a second here. Let's see what I have. In the tickle trunk. All right. This particular product here is, looks like it's almost like a fine steel wool, but it's actually made of plastic. So it's designed to clean, lots of times folks will use it in detailing to clean chrome. They get the bugs off of chrome and they don't want to scratch this chrome. We'll see if it's got a little bit, enough of a grit to it to clean this off. She doesn't seem like she's doing, whatever this is, seems like she's on there pretty well. Other than, it's coming off the blade face, which I might just have to be satisfied with that. I'm going to use another product here. It's called Multi-Clean, and that's actually a really wicked cleaner. And we'll try that. We'll see if that has any. All right. I guess as you can see that it looks like it chips off. But it does not seem to want to come off too well. Give me 1 second, let us try. Huh. Okay, well I don't have a kniff right now, so let's just try this. A little bit of an X-Acto blade just to see if I can get it to come off. There we go. I guess that's the only way it's going to come off, is you're going to have to give it a little bit of a, and almost like chip it off. Wowzers, this stuff's not great. Yes, I won't be using this stuff on my kniff anymore. All right, just a tiny bit in there. There we go. She's all tidied up. Okay. Thanks for your patience, folks. Appreciate it very much here. Okay, let's get this off, this Multi-Clean. Get the rest of this grease off. Man, oh man. Okay. Now, close that up. Let's just get this here. Uh-oh. What the heck? Oh, there it is. Ah, thought I lost the washer there, guys. Let's get that off. There's a little bit of residue left over. And we'll put that there. And we'll do this. Oh, I can hear my my alarm going off in my kitchen. That's telling me to turn off my sprinkler because I am watering my front lawn. Okay, so we got those tidied up, which is awesome. Let's get this tidied up because we want to, while we're here, we want to give it a little bit of a cleanup, eh? All right. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to pause this and I'm just going to shut off that alarm. Oh, I hate having to stop my videos right in the middle of them. But alas, you just never know. What's going to happen? I completely forgot that I had set that alarm and she was going off in the kitchen. I'm not sure if you guys could hear it, but it was bothering the hell out of me. But yeah, anyways, so love this Spyderco K2. Cuts like a demon. Now, the only thing I guess with the Spyderco K2 is it is at about 63 Rockwell or so. And normally when you're out there, most steels that we have, our Rockwell rating on it is 58 to 61. Seems to be kind of your average. If I had to say knife steels across the board, The CPM 10V is 63 Rockwell, and it's giving some great results at the 63. I imagine it's probably a little bit tougher because I think the harder you get, the more brittle it is. Now there are some makers out there who are taking 10V and they are sharpening it, or they are hardening it up to 65 to 67 Rockwell, and they're getting wicked cutting performance out of that. Like, I mean, 5/8 manila rope, not the easiest stuff to cut. You know, something like 2,500 cuts before you have to worry about sharpening that thing. Now, like, that is ungodly amount of edge holding stability. I know that Peter in Australia from Cedric and Ada channel, he does all sort of the steel testing, and he cuts a manila rope. And I do believe that for the longest time, before the Maximet and the Rex steel came in there, that CPM 10V was the leader for a long time. And I know it gave him some I think a little bit of arthritis happening. Okay, so we've got that all tidied up. And okay, we've got these tidied up. Let's probably tidy up this pivot part here just a little bit some more. Oh yeah, I sprayed so much stuff in there. So what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to spray some. So I'm not sure if you can see here. Oh yeah, you can see how this, there is some stuff still on here. And I'm gonna see if I can get that off. And then what we want to do is we want to put some spray on here, some graphite spray. Now, I know a lot of times people will also use pencil lead just to use a pencil, and I have tried that with this, and it seems like it doesn't last too long. So I thought the Sharpie did a pretty decent job, and so I'm going to use a little bit of a Sharpie, and I'm going to use a spray, some graphite spray, and we'll see if we can get that to work a little bit long term, more long term than what I've been able to do. Oh yeah, there's still some stuff on there, but it's not on the lock face, and that's where we need it cleaned, is right here on the lock face. Okay, so let's grab a Sharpie. There we go. That's what you want to do, is you want to paint up the Sharpie right here. And we want to do the Sharpie right here. And hopefully, you know, fingers crossed that will do the trick. Because I would love to carry this knife so much more. I just have not been able to carry it a lot because, like I said, the lock stick is almost unbearable, where sometimes I've got to use almost two hands to close this. Now, I don't know how to spray this without kind of getting it all over the place, and I don't want to get on the pivot. So let's try this here. Give me 1 second. There we go. Oh yeah, perfect. Oh yeah, it's perfect. So let's get that off there. Tiny bit on the side here, but I'll deal with that right now. There we go. There we go. Man, oh man. Boy, oh boy, this stuff comes in handy. Okay. So, we'll get that out of the way here. And, all right, we will try some of this True Glide. Now, lots of times, normally what I'll put on is, I've got 3 or 4 lubes that I use, and I just kind of rotate them. I've not found one that's been absolutely that has been head and shoulders above the other. I use Nano Oil, I use Power Lube, I use Blue Lube, and they've all been all right. I've not noticed a big difference, but with this particular big one here, I want to use something that's a little more grease-based. And this is a lithium soap grease, and it is long-lasting, and I just think with a big blade like this, I would like something that's a little bit more impact resistant than just say Nano Lube. So that's what I'm going to use, is this stuff right here. And you can see it's kind of a nice sticky grease, and it does a really, really good job. So let's just put some here around. We'll put some in the detent. And you know, the nice thing about using the grease is that it's not going to run everywhere. It's actually to the point where it'll stay exactly where you put it, whereas sometimes the other greases, they will just run all over the place. Okay, so let's try that. And let's do this here. Okay, great. Okay, and let us get this stuff going back together. Okay, so that's the back there. All right. So we'll want to use this. Okay, so do we have, yes we do have a D-shaped pivot thing here. I don't know what you'd call it. So I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to thread lock it. Later. All right. Put that one down. There we go. Okay. There we go. Just like that. Just like butter. Now we just want to do another little bit of grease here on the pivot. Okay. Okay. Now some more grease here. Now, if you guys have been able to find a way to solve this this issue here of getting a little bit too much on here, of this lock stick that I don't know about, please leave me a description down in the description. I would appreciate it so much, because this has been the bane of my existence with this particular knife. Or if anybody knows the Grimsmo boys really well, I know that they do some carbonizing on their machines, on their absolutely gorgeous knives. I would love to be able to send this over them and have them carbonize it for me. I mean, if anybody knows them, get a hold of them, let them know the Big Canucker would love to be able to have his knife carbonized by professionals like that. All right. Okay, so let's get this back in there. And we'll put that in there, and then we'll start to tighten everything up. We'll see what we've done. Hopefully she's nice and dry. Okay, there we go. Let's close this up here. And then we'll close that up there. Okay, we've got ourselves a little bit of, we're off center some. Oh, there we go. That's getting her nice and straightened out. All right. No side to side. No lock stick. All right. Let's tighten everything up. She's centered. All right. Oh. Oh, look at that. One thumb. There we go. She's free falling. Well, we'll know if time will tell. We'll see how long this will last. Seems to be working out really well this second. She's all nice and tidied up. Well, thanks for stopping by. I'm sorry about this, a little bit of a long one. These ones here where I'm taking apart stuff, I'm not a super pro at that yet, like our friend there, say Nick Shabazz. He looks at those disassembly videos. They look so smooth to me. I seem like I'm fumbling around here a little bit, but I do appreciate you guys for stopping by. If you like what you saw, please leave your thumbs up and subscribe. I'd appreciate it so much. You guys help me spread my voice. Please stay safe out there. We've still got lots of stuff happening out. Listen to the experts. Keep your stick on the ice, the shiny side up. This is the Big Canucker saying adios.